Tracy, why are you running for re-election for City Commission?
You know, I joined the commission 4 years ago, and I was really just wanting to jump in and see how I could help with our arts, our culture, our parks and recs and things like that. And I found out that it's a much bigger job than that. It's a lot about budgeting, it's a lot about identifying our resources, it's about being an ambassador to folks in our community and helping them find the right places where they need to be plugged into. And I think I've done a really good job on that. It's about making a difference and making our community a little bit better every single day. And those are some of the things that I look forward to doing. I've been very active in helping get our parks funded. We've looked at firemen, our firefighting philosophies, how we're treating all of our union employees, worked to get additional staff brought on board, things like that. I'm more interested in how we can do some tweaks behind the scenes to make it so we have a flourishing city.
Okay. And why should people vote for you?
I think people should vote for me because I'm open, I'm genuine, I'm smart, I read, I don't make decisions based on popular opinion. I make decisions on the right thing that needs to be done. I make decisions based on the resources we have and the resources that we can obtain.
Okay. What would you say are is the dominant issue or challenge facing the commission in the city of Great Falls?
Facing the community. I think some of the dominant issues that we're looking at right now is how do we have some slow, steady growth that provides a bigger tax base that evens things out so we can afford more things within our community. I think that if we had more resources that we want to reinvest them in public safety, first and foremost. I know that we've all been talking that we've seen more and more crime, we've seen more and more drug use in our community, and we have to have a multifaceted approach to making those things change in our community. I know we all want better jobs in our community, more businesses. I tell people all the time when they ask what I can do to make a difference, I say it's the same thing that you can do to make a difference. Buy and support local. If we can be doing that, then we'll have businesses that want to come to town. We'll have people that are our neighbors want to open a business simply because they know they have support.
Okay. When it comes to growth and development for Great Falls, how do you think Great Falls is doing and what, if anything, can be done to improve that?
So I just came back from the Montana Leagues of Cities and Towns, and I thought, boy, we're probably not doing that great. And then I get down there and I listen to the 7 big cities talk, and I think, oh, we're doing really good. You know, we have a redefined, streamlined process through our community development and planning and public works. And I think if people wanted to get to know that process a little bit better, they will find that we have really invested a lot of time and resources in the last year, and that we have the ability to grow economically. What we have to do is get people that want to invest here. We have a small base. You know, we only have 76,000 in our county. So how can 76,000 people support a business when it comes here? You know, doing that. I think we've got great infrastructure. We've got some of the best public works infrastructure than anywhere else in Montana. So we're poised to be what people need us to be. We just need to support people when they get here.
Okay. You've been on the commission for 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say are the positives of the commission? What is the commission doing well?
I think that individually we each bring a different expertise to the table. And I think individually we are strong. Collectively, we are really strong. We have a whole bunch of different backgrounds. We look at things from different angles, and we don't vote all together. You know, there's when we ask questions, there's different questions being asked. I think one of the things that we've been working on, that we've all supported decisions that are made. That once the decision is made, is we support it and we move on together. And I think that we've really looked really hard at housing issues in our community, drug issues in our community, public safety in our community. We've allowed our city to hire the staff they need to hire, and then we've gotten out of their way and let them do their job. And then that gives us a chance as the commission to look at policy issues that need to be done. And I think that we're doing that really well.
Okay. And are there any areas of improvement that you think the commission can improve upon?
I think that we can always improve. I think that at any point in time that we're kind of stagnant, somebody should be biting at our heels telling us to keep moving forward. I think that the drug issues and our housing issues and public safety will continue to be something that we're focused on, whether I'm part of the commission or not, in the next 5 to 10 years. It's not just Great Falls, it's Montana, and it's the United States. So we need to constantly be looking at that. How can we make sure our kids are well educated, that they can go on and, you know, get secondary eds and or trades and then come back to our community? How do we make our community attractive to the young person who should come back and raise a family here? You know, those are things that we should be looking at. And I think that all decisions we make probably come back to that. How will this impact the person who lives here with their family?
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to add?
I don't know, what else do you want to talk about? How do I feel about parking? How do I feel about chickens? How do I feel about all of that stuff?
There's a ton of stuff that we
You know, I think that one of the things that people probably don't know, or are, maybe they know it, but they're not really cognizant of the impacts, is the commissioners are all nonpartisan. It is not about being one side or the other side. And truly, most of the stuff that we get asked about to make a decision on doesn't have any side of politics. You know, it's truly about running a business, and at the end of the day, that business is the city of Great Falls. You know, how do we bring in more customers? How do we take care of our customers? What's our customer service look like? And I think we're doing a really good job. The other thing I would tell you is that we're no longer in debt. You know, when I came on the commission 4 years ago, we were still struggling with that debt from past business deals and things like that. And not only are we not in debt anymore, but we are sitting with our reserves at about 17 to 18%, and we need them that high twice a year for cash flow, and because we get property tax money in twice a year. And we are sitting in a wonderful spot in our community that we're at, that we're taking care of our basic needs, and now we have the opportunity to see what's the next step. I think it was great that the community supported our parks and recs this last year, and unfortunately the weather has, you know, kind of hammered our parks, but I think, you know what, if people haven't had a chance to get out and see how their park dollars are being used, I would hope that maybe if the weather gets a little bit nicer, that they get out this fall and they see the renovations and the ADA accessibility that we're doing in our community. And we just have a tremendous amount of outdoor recreation that people use on a daily basis, and I think that's great. You want to ask about the golf courses? Nobody wants to talk about golf courses.
What about the golf course?
Well, I think that's the other thing, is that when I came on the commission, we talked for years about why do we support 2 city-owned golf courses, and we're finally able to create a partnership and give them to somebody else to manage. So we still own them, but they are being managed by somebody else. We are not losing money on those golf courses anymore. So we're able to take those savings and then put them into other things that need it in the city, and I think that's a huge decision that we've done.